So we know the political world loves to target parents as we start thinking about politics. Remember 1996, soccer moms. Soccer moms are going to tell the story of why Clinton is going to get backing. Remember 2003, it was security moms. This story from Time magazine saying goodbye soccer mom, hello security mom. 2004, it switched over to the papas. NASCAR dads. ESPN telling us that NASCAR dads could provide the swing vote. And as recently as 2012, waitress moms. The idea that waitress moms, working class moms working for minimum wage would be the key to that year's elections. So we know that they target moms and dads as moms and dads, but can we get the policies that we actually need?
So this is a good news. We're winning in the cities and states, and the people, we're bringing a bunch of worker leaders tomorrow. They've been winning. They've been turning their pain and hardship of their own experiences into the power of wins. And some politicians are smart enough to realize that these are not just good policies, they're good politics. Because across the political spectrum, even Republicans, certainly independents, and way high numbers of unmarried women, of moms, of African Americans, Latinos, etc. You want to get elected, you want to keep your job. And the good news is that we have some stories to tell, like in New York City, where a person who was a shoo-in for mayor but blocked paid sick days for 3 years got 15% of the vote. And the guy that said, not only do I support this, I'm going to make it better, he's the one who won.
Yeah, that language of universal pre-K was clearly relevant to New York parents. And yet I wonder, because universal pre-K sounds like a parent issue, right? But I'm wondering, Joy, like, when will parents, for example, in Republican-led states that have denied the ACA Medicaid expansion, recognize, because we're talking about sick days as though we're just talking about the normal illnesses of childhood, which is part of it. But I mean, Medicaid expansion is the more critical aspect of parenting ill children.
And then the real irony here is that the states that are denying the Medicaid expansion are the poorest states, the states with the most need, the states where rural hospitals are going to close. And this sort of this is that point where you have to choose between your ideology and survival. And you're starting to see in states like Georgia, where you had that Republican mayor, North Carolina, where you had that Republican mayor stand up with the Moral Mondays leader and say, you know what, we do need to expand, where you actually have now in Louisiana, David Vitter, of all people, saying, you know what, I might consider expanding Medicaid, because now this is literally an issue of dollars and cents when working families who are paying their FICO taxes are not being able to get health care, and there's this domino effect that could shut down hospitals.
Jonathan, let me let you on that list.
I live in Tennessee. I get that a lot of people are just patently anti-government. This is a place, I completely agree with Joy's point, where the notion that you're just kind of left to fend for yourself, this is a place where government is actually helpful, setting kind of policies that protect families, standing up, enabling business, but standing up to business and setting limits, worker voice. This is also a place where unions are very helpful. And so the institutions that have been traditionally helpful for families are the ones that are being undercut particularly in states that, in a way, need them most. And I think it's creating a lot of anxiety about people who just feel like they're left to fend for themselves and for their families.
To Joy's point about ideology, I mean, here's the difference here, is that we are at a time where we are so apart and set apart by these beliefs in government or non-government, right, that it cuts across the fact of being a parent, being a mom. So if you're trying to address a group of waitresses, a lot's going to depend on where they live, where they wait tables, what ethnicity or race are they. So there's all this kind of carving out of niches. If somebody can come in and really just make it about that issue, not necessarily about government or no government, just really, this is the reality of being a parent, and cut across all the ideology, I think that will be like the pre-K. That will be a success.
And let's be clear.
Stick with us. We got more on this part, because I know. It's going to feel like that all day. There's a lot to say. But seriously, coming up, because I do want to think about how babies are making it rain for corporate America to the tune of $23 billion.